Hello, and welcome to Slash and Fuck, a stupid sexy D&D podcast. As the title suggests, we are a mature podcast and we'll be dealing with increasingly adult themes and content as our story unfolds. So, if you're still here, I want to thank you for starting this journey with us, and we hope you enjoy your stay. So, without further ado, let's slip into something a little more comfortable.
All right, let's say that today's Sunday and we've already had service. Service is let out. You have had kind of your compulsory greetings and hellos and heys in the beginning, and churches and village center right there. And you'll be, the people are filtering out southward from the church. It's pretty nice. It is late spring. It was a cold winter, pretty bitter and long. The weather is starting to turn brighter and warmer. It's nice, you weren't really expecting the sun to be shining, but it is, when you went into service, it was gray and overcast and cold like it has been, and surprising to see the sunlight. But it was also something you didn't even notice just because of how pleasant it was. Above, people start gasping and pointing into the sky. And it is exclamations of surprise, delight, and joy as you look up and you see what you know as the flight of seasons. And it is a metallic, gleaming, copper, gold, winged dragon. Flies at a very, very high altitude, over 1,000 feet. It's flying in clear day, which means the seasons are changing, and it's coming up north through what is believed to be enjoying the weather. Nobody knows where it lairs, but it is seen at least twice a year, when it comes in, when it leaves, and it flies directly over Haven. So the whole crowd is looking up, clapping. People are on each other's shoulders, and it's beautiful. Everybody's looking up and kind of shuffling around, but Thea and Astris kind of bump into each other as somebody's, looking up, and, the crowd's murmuring around.
Yeah, I think I was definitely very distracted by the dragon. I probably sent up like a silent prayer with the dragon of like hoping for, just good things for the town.
Oh, the dragon is known as Glasswing.
Glasswing, sick ass wing. Yeah, and then like bumping into Thea's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I probably wasn't looking at you. I probably just like walking backwards and like nudged into you. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
Yeah, joyous day. I mean, this is like, seeing a surprise firework or something, like this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a celebrity, so.
Yeah, and yeah, you run right into the body and infamous village bard. There are none like her, but other pretenders. But yeah, it is rare to see her out this time of day, except for on service days.
Yeah, we're not a morning creature.
Lovely to see you, Lady of Song.
Yeah, yeah, it's good to see you too. It's great day to see this dragon finally fly along. It's been forever, Glasswing. I thought spring was never gonna come. It's gonna get warmer now.
Isn't there like a little ditty about the how he heralds the spring and the good tidings and
yeah. Gonna have
cheer.
to dust that one off for this week for sure.
Spring
That's
Fling.
My favorite. Spring Fling.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
I'll play it just for you, sweetheart.
Oh, I blush. My ears blush. Well, on to my patrol.
I hope everyone behaves themselves.
Happy spring.
Later.
All right, so you guys break up from there. The crowd's starting to mosey along. Glasswing's gone further off north, past the forest. Yeah, and you, Astris, you go scurrying off, red-eared also ready to just get back to work, and get back to your assignment. Being available as an officer of the peace. Mostly it's just drunk people needing to be walked home, or carried home. There's some fights that get broken up, whether or not you're authority or, pretty lady. You can just step between two people fighting. It usually stops it. So, things like that. You're not slaying giants and being the sentinel for encroaching, rising evil that you've been warned about. This is kind of like, man, adults are just kind of like children too. This is weird.
Worse behaved in my experience.
Yeah. Less oversight.
Mm.
Yeah, just as you're having the thought, you hear this big, just like smack, and like a yelp, but it is a man. And you hear a feminine voice yell out, "Bitch," and there's stomping, there's just kind of a muffled, angry tones, and thumping and rolling like somebody is falling down and getting back up and whatnot. And you can hear it through the wall of one of the estates that you're walking by. This is, kind of uptown. Usually you don't get much of this kind of thing. And it sounds like it might be some domestic, usually people aren't drinking this close after service either, but you might want to check it out.
Yeah. Can I tell what direction it's coming from? What building?
Yeah. So you're walking up to a cross street, and on the corner is one of the estates, and you can hear through the wall that you're directly next to that it's this building.
Yeah.
You would be on the wall where the bedroom is.
Oh, geez.
And to the right around the front would be the front door.
Yeah. I think I would just go to the front door and knock on the front door quite loudly.
Okay. So as you walk around the front of the door, make I'm gonna have you make a skill check here.
First roll of the campaign.
That's right.
Roll the dice.
Roll an insight, investigation, or perception, whichever is higher.
Okay, I'll do perception.
All right.
$17 plus 3
is 20.
A dirty 20.
A dirty, filthy,
nasty, stank 20.
That's good. So you're like, all right. So you come walking around the corner, and as you're walking around the corner, you notice the address on the building, the overhang, the stairs, all of that, the door. You're like, wait a minute, I know this building. I know this is the magistrate's house. This is where the magistrate lives.
Oh.
Gagged.
Yeah, it's Magistrate Barton Chamberlain.
Okay. I think because it's the magistrate, instead of pounding on the door, I think I would knock in a casual manner.
Right, shaving a haircut.
Well, no, not a secret. Not a secret.
I mean,
pitter patter knock, but
okay.
Just
knock. Okay. Yeah. You knock, and it right when you knock, you hear a lot more thump 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 thump, and then creak creak creak, and and that almost sounds like somebody's
I'm gonna walk
shoe
away
falling
before somebody opens the door. I'm gonna walk away and then hide to see who opens it. Maybe not hide, step back and just blend into.
Just be cool.
Yeah,
okay. Let me see your
maybe performance.
Roll for be cool.
Because I have a disadvantage to stealth on account of having chainmail on.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess no one's home.
9.
All right. So you're knock, 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 knock. Huh. All right. And you look around over your shoulder a few times, and somebody looks over at you, what do you, and then you're all right. And you start to walk away and you stumble a little bit down the steps. And there's a bit of a dust cloud as you like catch your balance, and everybody kind of looks at you and you're like, oh, I'm fine. And then you just walk around the corner and then lean against the wall out of breath.
Totally cool.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It's just, everybody kind of noticed.
I mean, I didn't actually need anything, so
Yeah.
I just changed my mind.
Yeah, it wasn't an abject failure. It just wasn't really cool. You're hearing like the rolling around kind of stopped, and now it's more just the man, you assume the magistrate, like kind of just crying out in muffled pain. In like low, deep, like
Wow.
Yeah.
Astris is more confused. Yeah, is there like on the wall that I'm leaning against, like, I'm gonna look up and see if there's like a window or like a ledge.
There is a window. So it's about 7 feet up the bottom of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just like do it like as smoothly as I can, like just take one step forward, turn around, pull myself up, down, just peek.
Okay.
Not that I have any experience with this whatsoever.
Right. Yeah. That one is going to be 2 checks. I'm going to need you to roll an athletics check and a perception check.
Beautiful. All right. So athletics, I've got +6, and perception, I have +3. So I'll use 2 dice. Athletics will be the bloody one, and perception the pink. 23 athletics. 22 perception.
All right, yeah, you do that one pretty easily. You're like, okay. You're leaning against the wall underneath the window, and you look over, you look around, make sure nobody's coming by, and you just turn around and quickly, easily, fluidly jump up to exactly where you need to, just so that your head can like get to the level it needs to and hover there. Well, just for a second while you hold yourself up, see what's going on, and then come back down smoothly.
Yeah, I do pull-ups all the time. So
right.
That's like a practiced motion for me.
That was probably maybe like a 2.5 second glance. And what you saw was rather new and interesting. There, you saw the magistrate and you saw his wife. The magistrate was on his knees and he was naked, except for he was wearing a collar that had a chain attached to it that his wife was holding, standing in front of him.
Why?
And she was naked, all except for she was wearing these heels and some kind of, you thought was like a leather chastity belt or cage or something like that. Attached to it was this long phallus at the front, facing the magistrate's face. And that's the only glimpse you got. And as you saw, it was like basically the movement of she was on her way out and coming back in with his mouth open as you like went back down under the windowsill.
Astris has no idea what to make of this.
The thing is that this is 5-10 minutes after service. You saw them.
They were at service?
Yes.
What?
This was like quick.
Wow.
Yeah. You...
It doesn't look like he needs help.
Well, you're going to absorb that. And while you're doing that, Thea, you were heading home. Is that what you said you were doing? Sorry, I asked you, but I forgot.
Yeah, I like to think that on Sundays after church, she kind of heads home and like she doesn't like want to sleep until like early afternoon because she hates naps. So like she just kind of goes and chills. She knows that she's brain dead, So she's like, I'm going to sequester. We're going to do chores. I'm going to take a bath. You know, like she's going to relax, self-care, and then sleep more toward like 6 or 7 or whatever.
Right. Yeah. On your way home, you notice, it's Sunday. Typically the huntsmen and, the people who go out and hunt, they'll go out for weeks at a time, but they generally come back on Sundays when they're done with their hunt. Yeah, on your way out of town square and back towards home, you'll see some of the hunters coming in from the north. One of them, who is hardly ever around, he never goes to service. His name is Gilthaniel.
So he never goes to church, and he's one of the huntsmen.
And he's one of the huntsmen that goes out. He's successful, and one of the things that is striking about him, or not him, rather, is his hunting companion, which is a wolf dog. He's a very, very large wolf dog. Gilthaniel, also known as Gilt, is a 6-foot-tall bow ranger of slim and athletic build. Thea, he looks like a very athletic elven build. He looks like he's about 35. He has long, angular features and almond-shaped brown eyes, thin, silky 5 o'clock shadow, and wispy black hair. He keeps his hair held back and wrapped up in a bandana he wears on his head, and he wears hide armor and a quiver over his shoulder with his bow case. He's pretty well regarded as a handsome but skinny middle-aged guy. He travels with his wolf companion. Actually, it's not a wolf dog. It's a wolf, and it has a black and white fur pattern like a husky, with an all-white head and black spots in his eyes that make him look like a skull. People don't really talk to him. He's not. He's one of the big game hunters. They hardly socialize with anybody, and the ones who do are in the taverns getting blackout drunk. He also travels from Haven to other villages. He is a village-to-village kind of traveler, which is why you don't see him often. Yeah, you're on your way back to your place, and you're actually about to cross paths with Gilthaniel and his dog.
Okay. All right, so as he approaches, I guess, like, once he's more within, I don't know, casual speaking distance, she'll go like, catch anything good?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys are walking through, down the road, and it's kind of perfect. Like, the amount of people that were walking on the road that like could have gotten in your way to have that opportunity kind of cleared away just as you guys were getting in that perfect, like, 5 foot, under 10 foot area. And he's looking up, and see his eyes kind of light up, and he starts to smile at you, and you're like, oh, hey. And his dog just starts fucking barking like crazy at you, just like, and he's like, holy shit. And he's like, bone jaw, and like has to like stand in between you and like stares at his dog. And finally, like, the second he stands in front of the dog, it just stops and looks up at him. It's like, yes. And he turns around. I'm so sorry. This never happens. And then he runs off. Please excuse me. And like, takes off.
Okay. I kind of look around. I'm like, who saw that?
there are some people who like saw it.
I was petting a cat earlier. What can I say?
Yeah. There's like a teenage girl who's like knitting over like on her porch or something, and she's kind of like trying not to laugh. So
happens to the best of us.
She saw it. She knows what happened.
She knows my sin.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, kind of embarrassing and everything, but wow, that dog is huge. I mean, it went as big as it could. It had its hair, its hackles up and everything, and just like showing all of its teeth. It was terrifying. Yeah, but it was just over as quickly as it began.
She's a little scared and a little aroused because he did jump in front of her.
Yeah.
So she's walking back and overanalyzing like every aspect of that interaction that just happened. She's like, well, he did jump in front of me, but oh my God, his dog wants to kill me. And that man won't do anything that his dog doesn't seem to like. And that means he won't do me.
Exactly. So that's totally what's spinning through your head as you're walking back home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course that happened.
Great.
Anyway, at least you looked good. You know, he didn't catch you in your sweatpants or something on your way to Circle K. Yeah, you make it home without any other incident. Again, beautiful day. And what were you going to say? You're going to like bathe and stuff or?
So I don't know, maybe she'll drag the tub into the back and fill from the well out there and take a bath in the nature. It's like it's a nice day.
I mean,
I'm going to get naked in my tub.
You can have a well. Yeah. So you're going to pump some water. Yeah, your heart rate's probably pretty up there. Having a wolf go full attack mode on you, just short of actually attacking you, is probably pretty terrifying. So, yeah, you're probably coming down from something like that. I don't know if it's a part of your ritual or anything, but you do have a bit of herb set aside for relaxing yourself, you know.
Oh my God, we are going to have an outside bath and we are going to smoke a fantasy joint. Like, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want this.
Yeah.
Honey, if your patrol goes the right way, you could.
Yeah, you might be aware of her outdoor baths. You know, you might have seen it from like far enough distance where you're like, that's a bathtub. That's a naked person.
That's purple.
That's Thea.
Purple skin. Oh.
So your orbit might get tighter around that. If there is any schedule to your baths, by the way, Thea, is there?
I would say it's probably what she does when she gets home. It's probably her way to like decompress and chill.
Every day?
She's no, just on Sundays. I mean,
okay.
I think she washes more than Sunday, but I think Sunday is the day for like a luxurious, decadent, self-indulgent bath.
Bubble bath. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not bathing, bubble bath.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got a beautiful setup there next to your little well, and it's a tiny well. You can light the fire. The tub sits perfectly over the pit, and the flames don't get too hot on the bottom. Yeah, so this willow isn't the biggest willow around because it's not on the riverside, but it's on an aquifer. So it gets water. And it is, since it's not as mature or giant, it's not growing into your bathtub. You know, it's not like overgrown and crazy and hanging everywhere. But it is nice and kind of drapey, but it doesn't really give you that much privacy. But it's really nice and shady. So yeah, you gather everything you need. Soaps, lotions, things like that. Stuff that Drucilla's sold you.
Girl.
Yeah, and bath is warm, and do you slip in?
Yeah, where she's gonna pin her hair up and slip into the tub and light a fat J from the fucking wood, making this bitch hot.
It is so very relaxing. It's something you needed, especially after the wolf scare. You know, you got in the bathtub and you got that big sigh of just like, oh, that's nice. And then you got the big hit, you know, of your first hit of that nice J.
Fuck yeah.
And you're just feeling it all melt off. And as you're kind of just leaning back and, you know, blinking, you look up kind of with one eye and you see that black cat that's all over town. It's up in the tree.
Nixie.
Like,
I call the cat Nixie.
You say Nixie?
Uh-huh. Nixie.
And just kind of like is staring at you, but it's got its like head looking over like a branch. And it's like kind of sniffing the smoke that's coming up.
Oh, this probably should. I don't think you'll like this.
Moves a little bit and starts climbing down the branch a little bit. And it's a big fat cat. And honestly, it's like you don't usually see it move too much unless somebody's getting close by.
Mm-hmm.
As I described, it's big, fat, black cat. Its tail got broken when it was a kitten or something. And it's got a big kink in its tail. Some of the children around town call it kink floof. But so you're calling it Nixie, and made that spitting sound, and it does it again, and it's like, psst, psst. Let me get some.
Let me get some. I have cheese inside. I just got in the tub.
You got cheese inside?
Yeah, it's just cheese. Am I talking to the cat?
He comes down a few more branches, and he like looks around, kind of looks over his shoulder, and he's like, let me get some. And he like starts climbing down the tree, like that slow thing where their like claws are stretched out, and they're like, and he's
It's
slowly
so
like
stupid.
the weight of his ass is too much, and it kind of like pushes him down the tree, like, and then like you don't see him for a second, and then you just see his ears pop over the side of the tub,
Oh, there you are.
and
bud.
like see his big eyes, and he's looking at your weed, and he's just like, let me get something.
But I don't know if this is good for don't.
And he just like leans right up like to your mouth. And this
You
is
like
the
that
closest
smell,
this is
little
the
weirdo?
closest you've ever seen the cat get to anybody. Also the cat's talking.
Okay. That's happening.
So
I'm hearing that.
two surprises.
Oh, you talk.
Yeah, sometime.
Sick.
Yeah, hit that again.
Yeah, sure, man.
And like this time he puts his mouth like so like pretty much into your mouth. You know, like you're like, oh.
Yeah, I've had cats that do
So
that.
you're just shotgunning it to the cat there.
Oh God. Oh, buddy, not
and
so
like,
far in.
like the cat like and sneezes and coughs and like kind of falls off the side of the like had his two paws up on the side and then fell off.
Oh,
and then,
buddy.
And then like you see him come back up again.
You good, man?
And you say you got some cheese.
Yeah, but I got some cheese in the house. I went shopping. I went shopping this week. There's some cheese. Yeah, I know, bud.
Yeah.
It's your favorite.
Hit me up
it's the yellow
when
kind.
you get out.
I will.
Do you have any chicken?
I'm out of the meats right now. I will be going to the butcher tomorrow. Do you have any requests?
Yeah. Yeah, chicken fingers.
Chicken.
I like them. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really crispy. And they like put cheese on it, and then they put like a sauce on it, and then they drop it into this bowl. And when they pull it out, it's like this crispy, cheesy chicken thing. It's
You're making me hungry, man.
It's like the best.
Oh, it sounds.
And
good.
I can't make it. Like people give me cheese and chicken, and it's like, thanks, But like, like what if, you know what I mean? What if your favorite meal was whatever it is you eat, and it, they're just like, oh, here's the goat fur or whatever. Like, no, I want what's underneath, whatever it is.
You know what? That makes total sense.
Can I hit that again?
Yeah, here, man.
And then he just like goes back down on the ground, lies down.
I'm like, man, yeah. They're like, well, I'll tell you, I'll find one and I'll buy it and shit. And then like, you and I can like dissect that thing and figure out how it's made. And then like, I don't know if it's not too hard. Maybe I can figure out how to make it for you.
He looks like he's asleep, but he actually kind of like one of his ear twitches, and then he like opens one eye, and he's like, dude, you should totally learn how to make that.
Dude, I'm totally going to learn how to make that.
And he just kind of like does the thing where like when fat cats roll sideways, they kind of roll onto their back because the size of their bellies makes them roll further.
Yeah.
And he does that, and it's
That's
just
adorable.
out.
Oh, sleep well, bud.
But now that you're this close to kink floof, strange day,
Yeah.
talking cat kind of caps it off a bit.
Been weird.
But yeah, he's usually never closer than 10 feet and hard to see at night and everything. But you're seeing him right now, and he doesn't really look like a normal cat. There's like he's all black, but on his shoulder and back, it's like there's something more there, folded into the fur.
I'm gonna hit that joint, and then kind of like lean over the tub a little bit. See if I can see. I don't want to touch. I ain't gonna poke. The cat's just gotten close to me. I don't want to freak it the fuck out. So I just want to assess with my eyes from a distance.
Like the second that you like your eye leans over the side of the tub where it like breaks the plane and you start like getting around, you just kind of hear a muffle like, "Don't fucking touch me."
Oh no, not it. Don't worry, I would never.
And kind of rolls on his back a little bit.
I respect your autonomy.
It's fine, it's mind your damn business.
Okay. At that point, she's like, all right.
Yeah.
She's like we've had enough learning for one day. It's time to become chemically stupid. She's like, fine. You know what? We're just gonna smoke the rest of this, and we're gonna sit in this bath till we're pruny.
Yeah. And that's what you do. You take another big hit, you blow it over the side, you blow it up in the air. And Astris, you're on your patrol. You had that little pit stop and found out some interesting stuff about the magistrate and his wife. God, if only I had someone to talk to about all this stuff.
Yeah, you can say I'm pretty distracted on this patrol. I'm like, I'm not talking to the people I normally talk to. Like,
yeah.
Well, like I think I'm probably a little hung up on like the similarity to my own chastity belt. It's probably not permanently attached the way mine is, but
Be hard to hide.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're just on your normal patrol route. And, it just so happens to take you right by Thea's place. And, because any creep could come walking up.
Yeah.
And you just got to make sure the coast is clear.
Well, especially on a day like this, like basically a holiday, like once the dragon comes out, people get really rowdy. And so it's important to just make sure.
Yeah, Flight of the Seasons.
Yeah,
You've already seen it. I mean, 5-10 minutes after church, it was strap-on time for the magistrate. So yeah, as you're coming up, you're trying to clear your head of all this. You see a big cloud of smoke get blown up out of the bathtub.
Oh, God, a fire?
Your first thought, yeah, fire. But then you see it's like coming up clearly out of a mouth that's, the lips are poking up and the stream of smoke is coming out under the willow tree. And then you see Kinkfloof, a black cat, kind of like not fall out of the tree, but you see him do the thing, stumble down.
Yeah.
And then you don't really see him again.
I think Astris is probably like looking, leaning really hard over, like looking where you like start to kind of lean and then you're like leaning all the way, like, wait, what? Like, where'd the cat go?
Yeah. And the cat jumped down and moved to the other side of the bathtub. But you've never seen that cat get close to anybody, and but yeah, it's a beautiful day and you see Thea safely taking a bath,
I'm just gonna like kind of like creep closer just to make sure that Thea's not crying out like, oh
Right.
no, the cat's on fire, just I'm just gonna stick around in case anyone needs anything, you know what I mean? Just like
Right. Give me a D20.
Yes, sir.
Thea, give me a perception check.
16, 17.
Okay. So you're in the bath and you're, just finishing your joint and Kinkfloof, you just hear, oh, shit. And then
What's up,
he's just gone.
Fuck it. Where'd he go?
And you're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, like maybe you heard like the grass ruffle for a second, but it was like he's just fucking gone. For as clumsy as he seemed just then beforehand, he's just like he was out. And as you're like looking around, you see Astris again. And she's kind of walking up. You can tell she's looking as if there's like, is something up over there? You know, like that kind of like lean walk. Like one hand on a hip or something.
So nude.
Yeah.
Theo's gonna, all right, I'm gonna pop my leg out of the tub, like seductively, like, but she's doing that. She's gonna be like, oh, can I help you, officer?
Oh, and then I throw a hand up over my eyes, like, and I'm looking down, like, sorry, I just, I thought I saw an animal.
Oh, you can look, honey. Everyone else does.
Oh, jeez. I'm definitely like not looking, but not looking.
Yeah.
Nice. If you're looking but not looking, you're not gonna see my drugs. I'm gonna blind you with my tits.
Yeah. So when you look, she's obviously like looking as sexy as possible, just to like, you know, she's got her like her arms pushed together, her leg in the air, and she's like winking at you and everything.
Oh my
I don't know if you want to describe what she sees when she's like, oh, okay, and then like looks at you.
So when you decide to lift your hand from your eyes, you are just greeted by just a most delicious sight. A sight that many people of the chalice would kill to see. She's sort of lounging out the back, she's sort of like crossing one arm under the girls and like sort of popping her one up like this. So like the girls are well presented and sort of angled your way. And her leg is sticking out and she's kind of just like toying with the water. She has since, I feel like, dropped her joint on the floor on the other side of the thing. She's kind of like put it out and dropped it on the other side while you were hornily distracted.
Oh yeah, that was your first move. You're like, oh, like put it out on the side of the tub and like
just drop it
put your leg up at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
just the campfire.
Subterfuge.
Just the fire for the bath. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, right in the fire.
This is the weirdest smelling wood, am I right?
All right, Thea. Well, you definitely know how to cause a distraction while you throw away your weed.
What weed?
But it is also
I saw nothing.
It's also fun to play with the town guard, the cute town guard,
especially
Astris. And you know how to turn it on for people. But Astris looks good too, like really good. So Astris, it doesn't look like there's any trouble. But you did notice the cat. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty remarkable. Like everybody knows that cat doesn't get close.
Mm-hmm. So do you ask her about the cat? Or?
Yeah, was that the cat? Does that
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I've never seen him that close to anybody.
Roll a perception check, both of you.
Perceive good. 18.
16.
Thea, as you're like, yeah, I saw the cat. You see Kink Floof like over, like, you know, maybe 25, 30 feet away, behind Astris. You like see his head like come up over her shoulder, and he's like, and he's doing this, like he like, you know, slitting throat motions and whatnot. And and you, Astris, you notice immediately she's looking at you, and then she like looks over your shoulder, and then looks back at you. There's just a sudden like it's like hidden expression on her face that she just kind of like saw something and then looked right back at you. Do you like just look over your shoulder or?
Oh, sorry, I thought I saw the dragon again.
Yeah, I look up at that.
Yeah. King Floof is gone. Yeah,
Damn
so
cat.
Astris, yeah, she's like, I saw the cat.
Yeah, saw the cat.
And then she's like,
It's a cat.
looks over your shoulder and looks back at you. I just thought I saw the dragon again.
Yeah, weird. It's been a weird day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say. I mean, well, just be careful. People always act weird on the Flight of the Seasons. So just
So I have
your
been
wits up.
noticing.
So is there like a celebration that's paired with the Flight of the Seasons, or is it more like kind of it happens and then we're all, because you can't prep for it. You don't know if you're going to see it or not, right?
Right.
It's like Groundhog Day.
There would be a springtime festival, but it's held on the same time every year, generally well into after he's come. And that would probably be in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But people do celebrate personally. Sunday's going to be a good one. Yeah.
It is. It is a gorgeous day to take a bath.
Yeah, the day is really
Outside.
gorgeous.
That's right.
Outside.
It's really gorgeous outside.
Yeah, that's why I'm out here and not inside.
Yeah, outdoors is really pretty nice to look at. So, anyway, just make sure you stay safe today. Like, she's like lingering way too long because people are just acting really weird.
You keep saying that. What happened to you today, little one?
Nothing happened to me. I gotta make sure everyone is okay.
Mm-hmm. Do I look okay to you?
Just as you were awkwardly trying to answer, you hear somebody approaching, and you hear, "Oh, perfect! I caught both of you." And it's Drucilla. And she comes walking up, and she is the only other tiefling in town. She dresses to impress, and as I said, she is very straightforward, uncaring of other people's opinions, and she's very confident and will let you know how she feels and her suggestions known. She terrorizes Astris.
I want to be just like her.
So yeah, Drucilla comes walking up in all of her glory. Oh, I'm so glad I ran into both of you. Sugar horns. And she holds out a little bottle and just like, you forgot this. And it's a little bit of a silphium.
Thanks. It's not like I'm ever going to have cause to use that, but thank you.
You might have gotten it for one of the girls. You might have gotten it for yourself. You actually don't really remember when you got it, but you get it every once in a while. It is kind of weird that she would come all the way out here to give it to you. She doesn't do that kind of stuff. And she looks very pleased to be here right now, and she's smiling. And she's like, I'm so glad I could get it to you on time. Now, what is this little vixen doing out of her little den?
She came all the way up to my house to make sure that I was safe. Isn't that sweet?
You came all the way out here to make sure she was safe?
Astris's mouth is just like opening and closing and like looking at both of these women, one of which is still completely naked. And
Thea, dear, you do need a larger bathtub. We could be joining you right now. Such a shame. And she gets closer to Astris, and she's like, I bet you have... And she circles you, and she's got a finger that's tracing along your collarbone. The nicest bathing suit. And she gets in front of you again, and she looks down at your waist. She's like, if only we could get that little thing off of you. I could help, you know.
With the...
Pity you haven't come and asked. Thea, are you working tonight?
No, I'm planning on sleeping like the dead. Did you have need of me?
No, I was just checking. I hear the chalice is going to be a little busy tonight thanks to the flight.
Oh, fuck.
You don't have to.
I get so sleepy, Sil. I've been
Yeah.
up since yesterday.
I know you don't believe in naps, but I could change your mind.
Huh? What do you got? I'm willing to try if you recommend it. I trust your judgment.
I have a lovely tea. It'll put you right out for about 3 hours. It's not really a nap if you don't really choose to sleep, right?
You're right. It's not really a nap if I drug myself.
That's right.
Astris coughs at the drugs.
Drucilla,
You understand sleep schedules, ma'am.
Drucilla is like, oh dear, do you have a cough? She puts her arm around your shoulder. Do you need to come back and get some medicine?
Do you need a lolly?
I've got some.
No, I don't
throat
want to put
coat.
anything in my mouth today. Thank you.
Oh, come on.
So
Not even a little bit?
Did you run off?
Yeah, I think she stepped away, to just have Drucilla not be touching her
Right.
so closely anymore because it's getting really hot under all this chainmail.
Yeah. Drucilla, very as gracefully as like a dancer parting ways with her partner, lets you go as you're like, I think I get it. You walk off, and she, brings her arm down and smiles kindly, and then looks over to Thea and bows her head a bit. See you soon.
Bye.
And leaves.
So it sounds like I'll be seeing you at the Chalice later, perhaps?
Oh, you're gonna come?
Well, gotta keep an eye on things.
You sure do.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what everyone says for some reason.
I wonder why.
All right, and so you make your awkward goodbyes, blushing deeply. It's not so bad when you run into one of them, but if you happen to be unfortunate enough to run into both of them at the same time, they really get at you. Thea, when you get back inside, on your windowsill next to the door on the side door that goes back into your house from where you bathe, there's a little box from Drucilla. It's got some tea in it, and a note that says that's asks you to come over and bring that little vixen with you. Astris, you're gonna continue your patrol. People are kind of in that in-between phase of all going to church, going home, deciding what they want to do for the day because it is the flight of seasons. So that you do that for the next few hours, and while Thea is asleep for the next few hours. And we'll move ahead to the evening.
Yay!
Astris, the nighttime, this is when you need to be on your highest guard.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. You need to make sure when you're on the outside patrol routes near the forest that if you hear any singing or whistling, not to follow in, but to make sure nobody else follows in.
Yeah, keeping my eyes peeled, looking for funny business.
No real funny business yet, but the night is young. You've got a lot of light thanks to the moon. People are starting to light some torches and stuff along the street, and it seems like people are gearing up to have some parties. And so, Thea, you're up and about. You've got the night off, but Syl left you a note saying, when you're decent, come and visit her, and you got to go find Astris in the meantime and hoodwink her into coming. That should be easy.
She's gonna bring a loot just in case. She's like, I don't exactly know how on duty I am tonight, but she's gonna bring something just in case. She's gonna dress in a more spring appropriate way, and she's gonna go dig around in her music files to find Spring Fling. She's gonna go find Spring Fling.
Sweet.
I couldn't keep you all waiting.
Yeah.
You want the song? I'm gonna give you the song.
Yeah, and special guest appearances are always a hoot. You know, it makes people show up on random nights more often.
Right.
So yeah, that's good. Astris, you're on your patrol, and you are heading more towards west, outside of the square, northward. This time you're not coming at Thea's place from the west. You're coming from the east. But you're not necessarily going to her. You're going along the main drag, the same one that Thea saw Guilt in. And so it just so happens you see Thea again, and she's in her spring attire, looking very good. How does she look?
So she's walking down the street. Her hair is put up in a casual but put together bun. It's messy on purpose. It's meant to sort of look a little in disarray. And she's got on these tight knee-high sort of boots. There's a bit of a heel to the end of, like a kitten heel. There's like a kitten heel on the end of these bad boys. And from her knees up, it's bare thigh until some rather scandalous shorts, some tight shorts that she wears on under those, but she has a high-low sort of skirt that goes with it, so it's like completely high in the front to like show off the pants and the thighs, but it sort of like has a bustle in the back, so to speak, and it's this sort of golden, shiny sort of fabric that she has juxtaposed with a top that is, if we're being honest, more belts than fabric.
Nice, very nice.
So she when she sees you, she goes, "Oh," and she kind of like raises her eyebrow.
I think Astris can imagine what people in the street would hoot out, like va va voom and pretty lady,
Awooga. Those are just things
honk, honk.
that like nasty people would say or think about her when they saw her.
Yeah, bad people.
Yeah, that's what they would say.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
people.
"Mama, milk, please."
Mommy.
Yeah,
Milkies.
milker.
Gaga.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see her and you're still in your guard uniform.
That's right.
Filling it out just great. Yeah, and so you guys are coming up, and just so happens Thea wanted to run into you anyway, so
Looking better rested.
and yeah,
Better
Thea, you
clothed
would
as
feel
well.
you would feel great because the drug did knock you out, but you woke up feeling fantastic, so
Excellent.
Syl's got the good stuff.
Oh man, still keeps giving me stuff like that. I may change my mind about naps. That was delightful. I feel like a new damn person.
Wow. The tonic was okay then. You're feeling well?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling fantastic. Syl never leads me astray.
Wow, I just assumed when you said drugs it was like bad.
There are helpful drugs. I mean, would you call willow bark a drug?
Yes.
Would you call willow bark bad?
It's a drug, so yes.
Oh, honey. Okay, sure.
What? Why?
Oh no, it's fine. That's work for another day. I sort of take your arm in mine, and I walk with it sort of tucked up against my chest, trying to like take you where I need you to go. Come on, you're
I
off duty.
noticed.
Let's go.
I'm aware of this touch.
Right. All right. So
I'm getting whisked.
You stiffen up and get whisked away. So you go with her. And
In a way, she's arresting me.
Are there people on the street?
yeah.
Like, is the street busy?
Yeah, there's people out. I mean, it's not super busy. It's still early, 6-ish or something.
She's gonna drum up some shit on her way to the chalice with delightful officer Astris in hand. She's gonna be like, "All right, you follow me," and she's gonna start like playing her lute, kind of being like, "Guys, party's happening. Hey, come on, babe. You know, they're gonna just like fucking follow me. So she's gonna try to like
Conga line.
She's gonna try to like lead some party people to where the party's about to start. The fucking party queen is here, and it is about to get lit.
Sweet.
Astris feels like a very like I'm getting swept up in something much more cool than me.
Yeah. Yeah, people are laughing, and some people are falling in line. They're laughing that you're in the front of the line with her, and obviously being like taken for a ride. And yeah, Thea, brings the line of people. And they're like, to the chalice, and they all go inside, and then she keeps going with you. Like, all right, and everybody goes inside, and then you leave.
I love that.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna hold the door open for everyone, and then once everyone is inside, I'm gonna shut that and walk away.
Yep.
Bugs Bunny move.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're already there, so
love it.
Yeah,
love
like
it.
as you're slamming the door, you make eye contact with somebody at the bar that you know or whatever, and just wink.
A stinker.
You ditch everybody there and move along.
I feel like as Astris is trying to follow the last person into the door, I grab her collar and I pull her back out of the door. I'm like, no, not you. No, you come with me.
Right. Yeah, and so you guys get to Drucilla's place, which is pretty cool looking. It's this big, looks like kind of a split tree trunk that petrified into a giant boulder, and where it's split is where the door is. Solid door with a iron knocker.
Some big ol' knockers.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Big knocker.
Big knockers. I'm gonna use one of those knockers.
Well, those knockers are actually they're shaped like breasts.
There's two.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the honors, Astris?
Give
Give it a grab and give it a big ol' against the door.
Like this.
Oh my.
So.
It's a very particular way you have to
about the
hold
size
it.
of like a large orange on each one, and they connect, so it looks like a pair of breasts, but you can pull each one up and down.
All right.
No, you're doing great.
Any requests?
And
Tune in Tokyo.
So you pound them. Yeah, the way it like thump. So yeah, the door. You hear the lock unslide, and the door swings inward, and you see Drucilla, and she's smiling, looks at you up and down, greets you both, just welcome, please, and signals for you to come in.
Yeah, I'm powerless.
After you, Astris.
And as you walk by, she's like smiling at you, and she like touches your shoulder, and then like down your back.
Looking at Thea, like, what have you done?
Yeah, she greets.
You're okay.
She greets Thea even more touchy-feely. She's like, "Oh, hey," and like
Hey.
grabs her shoulders, brings her in for a kiss, and hugs her. So you got off pretty easy, but from your own observations, Drucilla is a very like touchy-feely friend. If she sits next to you, she'll put her leg over yours and, talk to you and lean in the whole time. So you guys make your way in. Drucilla's place is great. It is very compact, a lot of shelves with a lot of tiny bottles, making distillates with tiny stills, lots of pots hanging, herbs drying, cutting boards, jars of different fluids, all kinds of stuff. Looks kind of like an apothecary's kitchen, basically, just as far as from what you've seen. So, the hallway leading into this, what looks like kind of a dining hangout area.
Is there anything like I wouldn't recognize, like what its uses for, or like I think she's probably generally interested in like, wow, like this is.
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
16.
16. There's actually several herbs and stuff in here that you don't recognize straight up. The one that actually catches your eye, though, what you see is a bundle of herbs that have been wrapped and dried that are drying. They look like they're pretty fresh, though. The blossoms of the flowers on this plant are pink and fleshy and thick, almost kind of like a succulent in a way. Kind of vulgar looking in a way. It's got this like nectar clearly on it, and it gets darker pink as you get towards the center. The pollen on it is this very vibrant pink. Yeah, and Drucilla looks at you and follows the gaze and smiles warmly at you. She's like, have you ever seen Incubus Garden?
Is that what that is?
It is.
What is it?
Well, you might be familiar with the medicine that's made from it. A lot of people abuse this medicine, but it's very good for centering yourself. Some people call it pink.
I love that. That's so cool.
It has lovely properties.
Wow, what centering yourself? I mean, I guess that sounds useful. What do you have it for?
So, pink.
Oh, I do. Okay, I already know what that is.
Yeah, you're aware of it, like you are weed, basically.
Okay.
People get goofy on it. It makes them really turned on. It makes them really positive. It makes them super touchy-feely, and it doesn't seem like a harm. As far as drugs, from what you've heard, it doesn't seem like it hurts people too bad.
Okay.
Or if at all, people seem tired the next day.
Gotcha. I see. So some libations for the festivities tonight.
Perhaps. Are you interested?
Oh gosh, no. I'm on duty, so I can't indulge.
Well, won't you be off by sometime tonight?
I think I get off tonight. Tonight I get off.
Thea, she's getting off.
Are you getting off?
Tonight? Tonight I'll be. Yeah, I'm getting off tonight.
Oh, good. You deserve it.
Good. I'm glad
Why?
you're getting off.
Getting
Because
off
then
is
you can
great.
have some. Me and Thea are going to have some too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it'll be
Nice.
fun.
me?
Oh, it's one of those nights. Oh, it's been a few months. Let's ride.
Well, I don't know.
It'll be great. Tell you what, why don't you go home or wherever it is that you go?
Fucking
so bitchy.
Take off that armor, peel out of those sweaty underclothes, go bathe wherever it is that you can, put on something cute, and meet us at the Chalice.
I own anything cute.
Then just
Thea,
come
did you
naked.
hear that?
Shopping trip?
I think you should go with Thea. Maybe you should exercise a little bit of some of that independence we've been seeing. You work so hard. Why don't you come up with a good excuse to get off a little bit early, and then you can go shopping here with Thea so that we can all meet up and have a good time tonight?
I mean,
Right? The dragon happened. It's a special day. They have to let you go.
if I'm with, it's I can just make sure we don't get too out of hand too. So it's
How many
Of
shifts have you
course.
covered in the last month?
I lose track. If it's an open shift, I take it.
Have you ever not taken? Have you ever taken a shift off?
Off.
Yeah. Have you ever had a shift covered?
Covered. Oh no, I don't know who would.
All right, Thea, you might need to help her here. But
All right.
this is great. This is going to be a fun night, and I appreciate you coming all the way over here. Thank you so much for coming by. And Thea, and she winks at you as she's like pushing Astris, down the hallway. And she like shakes a sack in her hand and winks at you, and then puts it in her pocket and shuffles you out the door.
Did you know that was going to happen?
What? No, I never know what's going to happen when I go to Stills, but it's always a good time.
Whew.
So yeah, like she like in and out super fast, like couldn't say no, and like shooed you out the door closed, and now you're walking.
All right, listen, this is what you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them that you have a special assignment and have been hired by the Twilight Troubadour herself to guard her on this very fucking strange evening. So you're following me tonight, and they can fucking shove it.
All right. I mean, yeah, that sounds logical to me. I just all right. This is just, man, it's a
Okay.
weird day.
It is a weird day. It's only getting weirder.
So the captain of the guard, Jace.
Jace.
He is well, he's not guard captain, but he is basically the shift supervisors, and he is the son of the guard captain.
I'm the shift manager, Jace.
And he is an extremely lazy man who is you always question how he earned that position, and you always tell yourself, well, he must have been really good at what he did before this, whatever it was. But you're not sure what that was.
You wouldn't just give somebody a job they didn't know how to do.
Totally.
He's got to have a plan.
Right. I mean, being the son of the guard captain, he must have been trained his whole life for this.
Right. I mean, letting us take over and the duties, we're just having more responsibility.
Right. He's
throughout
delegating.
The guard and
Right.
delegating. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's who you need to go to.
Master tactician.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Jace.
Do you want me with you? Am I waiting
I
outside? Am I
no, I think I got
going
this.
somewhere else? Are you meeting me somewhere? I assume I'll just go with you. I can't really lose sight of you because I'm not actually sure if you're going to follow through with this.
Yeah, you should just like hold on to her the
bully
whole
you
time.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might just go like, this was a dream. This is
I'm gonna hit the barracks.
okay. Funny prank. You guys.
All right, honey, you go get washed off. I'm going to keep, well, what was your name again? Jace? Company while you get changed.
Excuse me. What's this? This is what's going on?
Hi. So I find that I am in need of some private security for this evening. It's, the evening of the dragon flying over. Apparently, I've been told that things get a little strange. And I have hired on Astris as my personal bodyguard for the evening, so I will be requiring her services tonight.
What are you guys going to be doing?
Oh, she's just going to be shadowing me, following me around. First, I'm going to have to find her something suitable to wear, but I'm sure you don't care about that.
Well, okay, I think this is a job for somebody who's higher up on the seniority here. So,
but I want her.
Well, I mean, typically this kind of job can't be entrusted to somebody of such a low rank.
But I've already paid her.
You.
I know, I'm very presumptuous. I apologize.
All right. All right. Well, like, how much longer do you have in your shift anyway?
I typically I get off in 4 to 6 hours. There's a shift change at
whatever.
the chiming of the bells.
And he just like waves you off.
Yes.
Yes, go,
Oh.
go,
Oh.
go.
I go.
Yeah, that might have been pretty surprising to you how easy that was. You're like, I thought there were rules against not working.
Yeah, like
Right. Well, I mean, you don't have to stay there. You leave and walk her over to her barracks. And you do have a pit where you can dump water from a bucket over your head. And there's another bucket where you can catch that water. Otherwise, you got to fill it up and bring it in.
Wow.
Yeah, Thea gets to watch. Yeah, are you going to show her your room?
You can show me.
Like, do I have my own room?
Well, no, but
No.
your bunk.
Oh yeah, I mean, if she's
This
coming
is
with,
where I
like,
bunk.
I
Take me on the tour.
I
the
feel like
barracks
she's
is
like,
the barracks is public property, so
yeah. I mean, civilians don't usually come in here unless the bad guards are bringing them in.
yeah,
But yeah, there's not. I guess there's no real rule.
yeah. Like, here's my pile of straw.
I'm sorry, you sleep on what?
No, it's for some of the guards pee on it.
Oh.
Peeing corner.
The peeing corner.
Delightful. Huh.
Yeah, this is actually my window. I get to sleep next to it, and so I'm responsible for keeping it clean. And yeah, so you'll see there's no bugs in this window.
I can see the distinct drop-off of quality at where your area ends and the rest of this pigsty begins.
Yeah, it's like fastidious little corner.
You have the only thing in here that I would sit on.
So yeah, you show her your bunk, and then you walk 10 feet away to where the shower pit is, and you're like, oh, both the buckets are full at least.
Wow.
They've been
Cool.
used, but they're full.
Yeah.
I'm going to press
ice cold,
digitate
but-
this water before you do anything with it. All right. I'm going to observe the buckets and observe the general uncleanliness of this area. And I'm going to quickly do the math of, oh, no, she's in my posse tonight. She can't smell like that. And so I'm going to go, what? Hold on. Let me fix this. And so she's gonna look at her. She's gonna fucking look at Astris. She's gonna take a finger. She's gonna dip it into the water, and she's gonna go clean. And it ripples out clean. And if there's another bucket that also needs to be clean, she's gonna look at her again and go clean. And the water clears up, and I go there.
Okay, so
now you can wash yourself.
So you're walking into the shower pit, and Thea interposes herself between you and the bucket, and she, squats down. She's got her hand against you, and she sticks her finger in the water, and she's like, clean. The water turns clear. It's the first thing you notice, the water turning clear immediately.
God, gross.
But simultaneously, you feel a shiver or like a line of hot electricity. You both do. As you say the word clean, it comes from the center of your back and it radiates out this warmth. It's like it spins in your chest and then slowly works its way down into your stomach, your hips, your lower back, down to your legs, and kind of stays there and pulses and radiates and then eventually fades. It leaves you exhilarated and weak and a little out of sorts. But more than just the water was clean. The buckets look like they were just made. The floor looks like it was just laid. And everything else in this pit here looks spotless.
Well, I believe I've outdone myself yet again. I'm going to go sit on that stool for a minute and have a think.
Yeah, I think Astris just goes,
Yeah, and Thea's no stranger to like some of that feeling. Like whenever you dabble with magic, it's fun because it feels good. It feels good all over. But this one went through your whole body.
yeah, Astris is gonna bathe herself and have a think and wonder what it would be like to have her body prestidigitated clean.
All one must do is ask.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, keeping those thoughts to myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, and funny thing, as you you've stripped out of your clothes, getting out of your clothes are filthy, but you are clean.
And splash my head with cold water.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wakes you up. Yeah. But it wasn't as needed, and you feel great,
All right, so I'm naked. I'm clean.
I'm watching.
I'm
Your
not.
nipples are hard.
I'm observing.
I say to Thea, I feel like putting the clothes back on would undo some of that work.
Yeah,
I don't know
right, I
what
wouldn't
to
recommend
wear.
that. You don't
I
have
think-
anything?
Well, not just
You've got clothes that you could take to market. You
Okay.
have clothes that you can slaughter things with. You have a lot of under armor gear,
okay.
like cotton shirts and
Got it. It's like
stuff like that.
peasant things.
Peasant stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing cute.
Yeah, I guess I feel like kind of just ashamed to put on my relatively dirty clothes after having the best bath of my life. So yeah, I put those on. Just kind of like pale skin, gray clothes that look.
They're like twill,
Yeah.
very unflattering, boxy, starchy.
All right, I'm ready. Let's
Yeah.
go to the
It's
chalice.
progress. We not yet, my darling. We have a stop to make before we hit the chalice.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry that pretty head of yours none. You just follow Thea and all will be right.
Yeah, so you're leaving the barracks,
Yeah.
heading down to where the tailors and clothiers are. Yeah. You know somebody who you and Drucilla would go to if there wasn't a good merchant in town for a few weeks or anything. Her name is Esmeralda Nightshade. Yeah, and her business is called Nightshade. She is a tailor, clothier, and alterationist.
We can put it on my tab.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay you back.
Sure thing. You know what? One day you'll owe me a favor one day. It's fine.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. You're being so kind to me. I really can't thank you enough.
Yeah. It's a you know what? It's a day that we yes-and the things that come to us. We're yes-anding this day.
You guys make it back more towards Town Square and head over to Nightshade's. You're familiar with the building. You've never been in there. Why would you go in there? So you walk in. It's a dark wooden building. It is candlelit on the inside. Lots and lots of candles. And you see Esmeralda Nightshade inside, and she's near the back. She is a woman of, say, a Near Eastern or Iranian complexion, long, very curly, wild black hair. She's a woman in her late 40s. She's very thin and long and kind of gangly in a way but she wears these long drapey, sleevey dresses that kind of make her look even longer than she is. She's like, darlings, come in. What can I do for you? And she stops mid-sentence as she sees Astris and do for you today.
Oh, we've got a project tonight. We've got to get this one looking cute.
I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you brought her.
You're the only one I could trust.
Please, this way. And she ushers you before her, and then she whispers to Thea, I thought that was a boyfriend for a moment.
If she plays her cards right, she could be.
Astris is like afraid to touch anything on the racks, but like
That's a good
is
instinct.
curious about things, kind of sizing it up like weirdos in a crowd. Like,
They're like, please, look, touch, just don't break. She she brings you back into another section of the building, and she spins around and she says, "Okay, strip."
Astris
You
looks
heard the lady.
behind her. What? What?
Well, we need your measurements, do we not?
Oh, I guess. Okay.
All right. And so she, as she asked you to strip and said, we need to take your measurements, she's going around collecting measuring tape. She's wheeling out a mannequin bust. And as you were like unbuttoning your twill shirt and like starting to pull it over, she's like, okay, and like, let me help you. And like your pants are off suddenly, and like your shirt's coming off, and your clothes are gone. You don't know where they went. They seem to have disappeared completely. And she's already just kind of whipping around you, taking measurements. She's like, spread them, and she kind of slaps in between your two knees. She asks you, so when you came in today, what you were dressed in, was that your choice? Is that how you like to express yourself?
I chose those from what I have.
Okay. And so, Thea, should we be asking her opinion on what she would like to wear?
No.
Then
No,
we're
you
going to
should
dress
not.
I need to be able to fight, right?
She
I'm
would like to
protecting
be
you.
she would like to be slightly more mobile than
Okay.
perhaps normal, but otherwise, no.
Yeah,
You
and then she
do
starts
what
listing
looks
qualities
good.
like, so anything that could be grabbed from behind or the front, anything that someone could use to trip me or another person, anything that could be used as a weapon against me, or manipulated to a disadvantage on the battlefield. And it's like a practice list.
Yeah, she's whipping through the clothes. She's looking up, between racks and then going back under, and you see, things flying around. She's like, oh, okay. She goes over and starts sewing something together and then holds it up to you, adjusts the mannequin, holds it up to it. And she's like, okay, go sit. She has you sit down on a very, very comfortable couch, and it's filled with feathers on this material that is so soft. And yeah. Don't you love my couch?
This isn't straw.
Oh, no, honey. Never. Yeah. And so you notice this place is very like tactile central. Esmeralda comes out from behind her stack after some time, pins up or takes the pins off of the mannequin and the thing she was working on. And it's a black dress. That's as far as you could tell what it is. She walks up and pulls your hands away from your breasts and does it again. And then, and she keeps like pulling the dress out and pulling your hands back down. It's like, stand normal, sweetheart. And she holds it up against you and she's like, okay, put this on, please. And as you put it on, it is a stretchy fabric. I mean, it is a lot thinner and form-fitting than something you've ever worn, especially outside. But it is extremely comfortable, and the dress comes down in front of your legs and goes to your ankles, but has a slit on either side, revealing the entire length of each thigh. The chest and neck goes up to your collarbone. Yeah, and she asks you what you think.
It's very revealing.
You wanted to be quite mobile, yes?
Yes.
Yes, well, there you go.
I mean,
Thea, how do you feel?
It looks great, Ez. Like, I couldn't have done better myself. Amazing work as always.
if I put them on, I look really cute.
Good girl.
Do a little turn.
Yeah, and
I
you
know
do.
what the guys would say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you're looking in the mirror, and it was one thing getting to see yourself naked in the mirror. It's like the full body
I forgot
experience.
to mention Naked Star chastity belt.
That's true.
Right, yeah. Sorry, forgot about that.
Me too.
Completely naked except for the chastity belt. Which, you know, thankfully is very magically thin and not too bulky. It's only bulkiest in the places where they don't want things. Oh dear, yes, she's the one I've heard of. I can't believe you have this. Why don't you take it off?
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I can't take it off. It's magically bound to me.
It is magic?
That's what they tell me.
Have you? And of course, you've tried to take it off.
Sure.
Yes, I imagine you have. I would have tried everything under the sun to take that thing off.
Well,
What
you know,
a
it
nightmare.
keeps itself clean. Looking at Thea.
Keeps itself clean. Well, you know, that's something.
Well, at least that. Oh, honey.
Is
That's
it a
grim.
problem? I mean,
That's grim.
are you still?
No, it should not.
Can
She
you work
starts like
around it?
touching and feeling, and she's like, "No, it would not be revealing if I choose a darker color. It'll be no problem." Thea, she looks at you and eyes it and looks at you.
I know. I know.
Please, do something. And then she leaves. Thea, you let her know that this was going to be on your tab. She thanks you, you know. She smiles and, you know, she hugs you and she does the kiss with you and walks you guys out to the front and enjoy the party. Should be fun. Good to see you out of your shell a bit.
Nah.
Hopefully we'll see you out of your cage at some point. And have a wonderful time, Thea. And she
Truly an honor.
Always
back
a
to
pleasure.
business. Okay, so you're dressed to kill.
Yes.
Um,
Is there a spot I can put one of my daggers?
okay, so you've got matching garter belts,
Yeah.
or you just have thigh dagger holders.
Yeah.
And you guys walk back over to Sill's place. The people are out more now.
I like stand up a little straighter. I'm like monitoring the crowd. Like,
Yeah. Well, the crowd is monitoring the both of you. Yeah, your guys' asses are on fire. The amount of people checking you out as you're strolling down the drag behind Main Street. Get back to Drucilla's place, and she's got the golden knockers on the front there.
You
And
do the honors. Make those things.
oh,
clap.
it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. You want to watch a professional?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll go
That's
up
just
to
loves to watch.
go up to the knockers, sort of like cup one in each hand, and I'll look directly at Astris and I'll pick them both up and I'll go,
nice. And yeah, you hear the door unlatch and open again. And Drucilla's there, looking fantastic as always, and she welcomes you. It's like, "Good evening, ladies." And she takes you in. She looks into Astris's eyes first, kind of pauses, and the smile on her face, this sharp wolf-like smile kind of spreads across her face as she like takes you in and looks you up and down as slow as she can, like she's really digesting what she's seeing here. She smiles and says, "Perfect." She looks at Thea. So, "You look amazing, as always. I love the
Thank you.
choice. I love the top."
Thank you.
She has you come in. And please have a seat here. And It's just at a kitchen table. The table is cleared. There's a bowl in the center that has some fruits and things like that. She left the kitchen and came back. She's got little pink balls, and she's got 2 of them, and she holds them out to you guys in the palm of her hand. Well, weren't you curious? Go ahead.
I'll take one just to see what it feels like. I mean,
Yeah, it
get a really close look at it.
it's interesting. Some people, they like smoke pink, or they like eat it or something like that. This is weird. It's like a little pink shiny ball, but it's spongy like cotton. It's like you chew it and eat it. Don't worry, it tastes good.
Oh, wait for Thea.
Thea opens her mouth for someone to put it in.
All right, so she sticks her tongue out.
Okay, I put it in Thea's
All right. So you reach over and you put it on Thea's tongue, and it starts to melt on her tongue, and it turns her tongue pink. And you could see it dissolving and like turning into this liquid as it mixes with the spit on her tongue. And you can see already that her face starts to flush and her eyelids start to flutter just a little bit. The edges of her mouth curl almost unconsciously, as you just see it almost in slow motion just disappear onto her tongue.
Astris goes,
Your turn, sweetheart.
Yeah, and so Drucilla hands the pink ball to Thea.
I've got it. Open your mouth.
All right, and so
Give me that tongue.
opens her mouth, sticks her tongue out. Thea waits for her to open her mouth and stick her tongue out more.
Further? Oh, just a little wider. Oh, that's it.
Now smile.
Perfect. Now cup your tongue. You don't want it to fall off.
Is it happening?
I drop it on her
Did you
tongue.
do it yet?
Right. So as you feel it, you can feel her hand coming, near your face, and you feel it touch your tongue. It has a taste like honey and raspberries. That warm feeling that you felt when she cleaned the washing pit, it's similar to that, and it spreads slowly as you feel it on your tongue, and you can't help but smile a bit, and your eyes sort of flutter a little bit, and you start to blush as you notice that her finger is still in your mouth, and your tongue's kind of wiggling a little bit as it's melting. And yeah, and then
Now
it.
swallow.
Mhm.
oh yeah, I swallow.
Good girl.
Yeah. You swallow and breathe out, and it's this kind of a shuddering,
That's it.
very satisfying. And so Drucilla is eyeing the both of you as it washes over you, and you're both very smiley and giggly and sitting very close to each other. And it's like, all right. Well, I think I've taken up enough of your guys' time. I think you should go out and party.
You're not coming?
I'll be out later,
Still.
dear.
So
I'll be out later.
fine. Better not ditch me.
Of course not, dear. You'll see why.
Oh. Well, now you've got me interested. You've always got something fun going on.
She comes in and wraps her arms around you, but first with her fingers, and then her hands, and then her arms, and then she pulls you in tight, and then runs her nails back across your back, and she kisses your cheek, and she holds the other side of your face and sort of nuzzles you, and she says, "Have fun tonight," and turns you around and grabs your butt and pushes you towards Astris.
Yes, ma'am.
And then she's behind you, and then she reaches around from either side of you and like gives a come hither motion to Astris from where she's sitting.
Yeah, I kind of step forward.
And then, you and Drucilla pull her up with all of your hands. And then Drucilla pulls Astris into that hug. So now everybody's hugging.
Oh, puddle puddle.
And, there's a lot of touching and feeling going on. You're pretty sure it's all Drucilla, but who can really be sure?
Fingers and tails and
But it's like Drucilla has
Yeah,
10 hands, but she knows exactly where to touch and how to get you guys going. And before you know it, you're giggling and laughing and feeling really good, and you're outside.
wow.
How did we get out? How does she do that? Oh no. And then I notice that I've got a giggly lightweight that doesn't know how to handle her shit. And I've got to get her off the street before nonsense occurs.
Well, you gotta get her off, that's for sure.
Got to get you off the street. So we'll go. I'm gonna grab like arm in arm. We are gonna get each other to the chalice if it kills us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and as you're walking, the night air feels great, but you can really feel it. Every hair that the wind goes through and moves, it tickles and feels amazing. Laughing makes you laugh, and it feels good to laugh, and all the lights and the people laughing around you. It's a good feeling.
I didn't know what to expect, but not this.
So yeah.
This is really, really, really nice.
Isn't it? You should hang out with me and Syl more often.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
You guys start laughing, and then you end up like kind of holding hands and spinning for a second and joking.
Spinning.
And like,
I thought I could pick you up. I could totally pick you up.
yeah, and she can.
Do you want to piggyback ride?
There's no way. Could you?
She here we'll roll.
What's your
strength check
strength?
here.
Piggyback roll.
Well,
Yes.
no, it'll be like, yeah, I can pick you up, and she literally would reach under your armpits and pick you up.
Mommy.
Wait, do I get to do it? Am I rolling?
It can be like athletics.
Athletics +6.
Oh, natural 20.
What?
So
Girl, I'm scooped.
she's like, can I pick you up? And she walks like one step towards you and then reaches out and grabs you by the waist and lifts you up a foot off the ground.
She's
yeah.
I didn't think you could do it. Oh my gods! That's the coolest shit. Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you like pick her up like a baby type thing and like toss
And
her in the air a little bit
I want
and
to like
catch
spin
her.
and then, like, yeah.
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 Yeah, you're doing like, figure skater type,
Fuck yeah.
things.
So awesome.
It's
And like,
great.
yeah, I guess like touching somebody else. Yeah, it just seems really joyous.
Yeah,
like, and
no,
fun.
it does feel great and very intimate too, because every time you pick her up, it's, you got to touch center of mass.
Yeah, trust. And like, it just feels really good that you trust me, Thea.
You can touch my soft underbelly.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are just like hugging right now with your like tits pressed against each other, saying how much you trust each other.
You're so great.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't we done this until now?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love spring.
It's so great. Like, I hate the cold.
Yeah.
Do you know how much I hate the cold?
And you guys are like kind of just rocking back and forth and like everything, the fabric against your breasts, against your belly, rubbing against each other. It's just this wonderful feeling. And suddenly you hear glass breaking and you hear yelling and you look up to the right, up the hill, and you see one of the larger buildings and the largest in town from the estate of the old widow, Eliza Burke. But as you look up, you're hearing this glass breaking and some commotion, and you notice that fire has broken out in the building of Eliza Burke.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. We have to do something.
Why? There's no one inside. And if they are, they set the fire. And I don't want to fuck with that.
How can
You hear
we
more
be
glass breaking and yelling.
I have to go. I'm just but I
Can you
can't leave
perform?
you. I'm your bodyguard.
It's true. You are my bodyguard.
You guys gonna
So,
go
like, you know
investigate the
what?
commotion?
Let's go.
I'm so worried, but
look
so
at it.
happy.
Let's go check it out and see
That sounds
if it
so
requires your
fun.
attention.
It just sounds really fun to go check it out.
You have the strangest definition of fun,
Well,
but all right.
it actually oddly does kind of sound like an adventure. This, whatever it is you're feeling right now, you kind of, in some ways, can see how, like, this might be dangerous, but you're like having such a good night.
Just have a really good feeling
And
about this.
and you know that you could always just run away. You know, you're really fast. If it gets weird, just run away. Like, it'll be funny.
I'll carry you.
All right.
You are
If it
in
gets
the
weird,
love zone right now, though.
You have to throw me over your shoulder and run me all the
Okay.
way to the chalice.
I turn to I turn to Thea and I get really, really serious all of a sudden. I put both hands on her shoulders. Thea, I
Yes.
promise I will not let anything bad happen to you. I promise. I
believe
swear it.
I believe you. And I grab her face and I go, mwah, mwah, and I kiss both her cheeks. Let's go.
And yeah, like right when she kisses you, it's that electricity again. And you felt it too. You did it so fast that it didn't like catch you, but you really like, let's go. And you're like, whoa, that electricity happened again. It was almost like you were, it's like some sort of magnetic, erotic force, when you touch.
Is she we're not piggyback up riding up there.
No, we're walking as normally as we can manage.
Holding hands and giggling.
Totally
So you're
normal.
holding hands and skipping all the way up there.
All the way to
giggling.
the fire at the top of the hill.
Like, oh,
Yes!
like, don't trip. Oh my God. Like, why did I wear this? Yeah. And then like flashing each other and stuff, like stupid, like, ha 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 ha.
As we skip, my boobies fall out of some of
yeah.
the belts and I gotta stuff them back in.
Totally. Like, oh my God, your tits are falling out, but you can't get the words out because you're laughing too hard. Like,
Yeah, just like
yeah. Yeah. Tons of that. It takes you so long to actually get up there. Like,
so out of breath.
yeah. Like, just act normal. Ha ha. Like, you won't. So,
Oh my God.
it takes you a little while to get up there. And by this point, you had seen, like, as far as you'd seen, like, some people had run out of there. There's a fire going on, it looks like on the second floor, but it doesn't sound like there's anybody else moving or anything. You get up there and you can see the door that they came in through. They just completely broke it down.
Yeah, if we're still in the front, I want to go like kind of to where that is the broken glass sound came from to make sure
How
that
is
like
on fire?
well, just to see if it broke because somebody jumped out or if it broke because somebody threw something in.
Right. Okay.
Like, is there glass on the outside?
Yeah, there's lots of glass on the outside and blood and a boot and a bag. And then one person who's unconscious.
Oh my God.
But he has both his boots on.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go in there.
Are you deputizing me?
You're in charge.
All right. I guess I'll stay out here.
If
The body.
if he does or says anything, arrest him.
Well, do you want to check
Yes,
the body? You can
ma'am.
roll a medicine check if you
Okay,
want to like
okay.
check his pulse or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I want to arrest him, please. Can I? Do you have
Sir,
cuffs
stop
or
resisting.
Stop resisting.
Medicine. Does the man have a pulse? Does he? Okay, I rolled a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you like go to check on him and you feel around his neck. He's seems pretty unresponsive.
I guess breathing is what you check.
Right.
that,
You
but-
like put your face down next to his mouth to hear breathing, and you don't feel anything.
But man, his skin is
Is
so
he
soft.
Is he? I'm Astris.
Yes.
Is he alive?
Yes.
No.
No? Wait.
No, he seems dead.
Oh, but like, God, everything feels alive.
Yeah, I mean, like, not this one.
No.
This,
Okay, he is dead.
yeah,
Yeah, he's very dead. He's gone.
kind of like the boot that's right next to him.
Well, you can go check the rest of that. I will check his pockets and belongings to find out who he is or why this might have happened.
Well, okay, but the boot, there's one boot, which tells me that there could be somebody with another boot inside.
So as you're investigating this a bit, is there an investigation check or something?
Yeah,
Is it
investigation is a skill.
Yeah, both of you roll investigation.
I got an 8. No, I got a 7.
A 7, okay.
I got an 18.
Yeah, Thea, you're like, well, obviously, and you look down, there's a body, and he died on impact, right where he landed. And then there is a spot nearby where there's broken glass and some blood. And it looks like, somebody might have dragged themselves a little bit and then run off. And the blood kind of like leads out away from the estate.
Upon seeing that and seeing that the trail of blood goes elsewhere, I will point that out to Astris and be like, do you see that nonsense over there? All the broken glass and the trail of blood that's going that way?
Oh. Okay, yeah, maybe the boot that went that way.
Yeah.
You know what? If
It
we go
seems
that
pretty-
way, we might find the other boot.
It's a crazy night, Jesus.
I'm gonna pick up that boot and take the boot with me.
as you were investigating, the fire got much worse. And you were a little involved in what you were doing outside, like checking see if he was alive and all that. And the fire spread very, very quickly. Thankfully, you're not hearing anybody like, help, please, I'm just an innocent criminal. So you don't have to really deal with that. But roll a perception check.
Yeah.
That's a natural one.
Right.
Oh dear. 13.
Yeah, I got the first one and the first 20.
13. All right. Astris, you are like noticing that the house is on fire and the heat of the flames that keep like expanding and is this wonderful like feeling. Same for Thea, like the heat in the chill night air is this contrasting, like one side of your face is cold while the fire is making it hot.
Campfire.
It's just this really nice, feeling that you both kind of get absorbed in. Plus the light is just really nice. And you suddenly hear a scream, just a and a club swings inches in front of your face and lands on the ground and then gets swung back up again. Roll initiative.
I am dressed for slutty activities, not fighting.
I'm so glad I brought daggers.
So Astris goes first. What you see is a man who just looks like in villager garb, but wearing dark colors. He looks kind of enraged and he's swinging a big giant club at you. He's a big guy. How do you react? He swung at you from the darkness and missed just barely. And now he's rearing back to hit you again.
Wow, okay, so I guess my options are to draw a dagger against Clubman.
You could bull rush him.
Yeah.
You could grapple him. You could run away.
I want to grapple him and like try to grab his club arm.
Okay.
But either way, like I want to get between him and Thea.
Okay.
Gaspoo.
Well, he's going for you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just want to occupy him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like put my hands on his hands.
Yeah, we'll do athletics.
I wish it had fallen off the desk, because that's going to be an 11.
You win just barely. Just barely. He's rearing back to swing again, and you step up close and you just like kind of grab him while his arm's up, so he doesn't have much strength, so he can't really like swing, and it's such a heavy thing that it's really just hanging behind him.
Yeah.
And he's very surprised, and you're kind of surprised too. This guy's really strong and enraged, it seems. So like,
Yeah.
and so let's roll another.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah,
What?
roll your athletics.
Okay. Oh my god, it's worse. 9.
Okay. He drops the club and like just kind of pushes you off. Just the difference in weight. He's able to just kind of lean and push, and he just like slip you off like you were a child, actually. Like that wasn't easy, like get the hell off of me. But he did drop his club to do so. So yeah, you got flung back a little bit. And now it's Thea's turn.
All right. I'm gonna take a few steps back from this. Mainly so I don't have disadvantage on a ranged spell attack.
As a mercenary, like, okay, I'm backing the fuck up here. I need to get a good angle.
Also, she's like, all I have is a fucking guitar and mean words. Bad. So we're gonna whip out a vicious mockery.
Sweet.
He's gonna make a wisdom saving throw, and he has to beat a 14.
Okay. He fails.
Sick. So he has disadvantage. Let me scroll this. Okay, there we go. On his next attack roll.
All right. What did you say to him that made him so?
I said, "Unhand her, you limp dick cur."
He looked over at you like honestly offended.
Oh, he takes
like,
1 point of fuck you damage.
Sweet. Like you
This
hit a nerve
him.
like right away.
Oh,
He was like,
great.
what? Like almost like, how did you know? Like that kind of look.
Who else is she telling?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe that you got. You're like, wow, geez, that wasn't even my worst one.
Shit.
The big cur, come on, baby town.
Get some thicker skin, my dude. Get some thicker
Get some
foreskin, my
thicker
dude.
Yeah. All right, your turn, Astris.
Oh shit. Okay, so he dropped it. I got and then he pushed me back. I didn't fall, right?
No, he didn't like bull rush you or anything. You're back in your square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. But no, I'm protecting. Yeah. Okay.
Bodyguard.
Exactly.
No, this isn't really like, you weren't really taught restraint.
Okay. I draw both blades and I stab him in the stomach.
just pig stick him.
Yeah. Well, consider body mass, right?
So you pull out your big one and you're just like, stick.
And then I've got both my knives out, and I think I want to I want to go for his like throat, like same spin behind him move, but like just slice his throat open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other one would go to his belly.
Okay.
Yeah, you like remove the threat.
All right. Well, you can do one attack.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, that's the intent of.
Sure.
The
that's
first
the scene.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, is like throat, second one belly.
All right. Well, let's
Thank
roll
you
an
for
attack
letting me
roll
figure this out.
with your dagger. Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. 24.
Yeah, that just gets him.
I know, but and then I get to roll a d4. 5.
5.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then so 5 points. And then I'm gonna assume that hits. because it's more than 20.
Mhm.
It's like 7 plus something. 6. 4 plus 4 is 8.
He dies. Um,
Does he die like I said?
a spray of arterial spatter. Like you do this like kind of dance move where you like grab his shoulder and hook underneath and like kind of swing up. And as you're swinging, you're sliding the knife across his throat, which sprays blood everywhere. And then he's like, "What?" And you're sliding the other dagger. You stuck it in and then just pulled it all the way across and then twisted and pulled out.
Damn, bitch.
Threat eliminated.
Damn, bitch.
Is that allowed? Killing someone that cool?
And the best part is since you got behind him, you didn't get touched by any of the blood.
And I'm in range distance.
Yes!
Yeah. It got close. That's the scary part. It's like you could hear it landing around you. You're like, whoa.
Gasped and clutched my loot and jumped backwards.
Yeah.
She told me to get clean.
Yeah.
Baby!
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Fucking hell.
Are you okay?
What was
Are
that?
you okay? You're okay,
I'm
right?
I'm okay.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Did
I grab
he
a
get
face.
you? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Oh. I did not expect that.
Is it so dark we can't see? Like, the house is on fire enough to provide light?
Yeah, it's very romantic.
Aw.
Duh.
Yeah, you guys are like hugging and asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, are you okay?" And like rubbing each other's hair out of each other's faces.
Like, the drugs still feel good.
Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, this was like, oh my God, I can't believe something like that happened. You know, I almost lost you type of feeling. Like not, I'm scared because I almost got killed by a man.
I told you I wouldn't let anything happen to you.
And I believe you.
Yeah, now that you saw that.
Like, you work with other people. Where the fuck are they? There's a house on fire. Shouldn't the rest of your lake people be here?
I think they're all drunk right now.
The fuck do we pay them for? I only took you.
Yeah, I might be the only one that actually works there.
You know, I am starting to pick up on that, and I don't feel great about it.
Yeah, I would not put money on anyone in this town surviving if we were actually ever attacked. I mean, other than you, of course, I will protect you. I've made a promise.
Yes.
So you guys notice in the firelight, at your feet is a bag.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stuff it seems that they were trying to take.
Yeah, what do you think? This is obviously stolen goods.
I mean, we should just, like, open it to check to be sure. So she just opens it up and starts looking through it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Thea picks it up and starts looking through it immediately. There is jewelry mostly that had fallen to the bottom. There is what looks to be like some small paintings that got shoved in there. And there's what looks like, it's not like a book. It's like, you know those old books where like the cover is fallen off?
Yeah.
And the binding still works for the pages, but it's just the pages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's that. But it is the first, what looks like it starts on the first chapter of a book. And it looks like it's, you know, maybe 10, 20 pages.
Mm.
Or something like that. Very old. You want to see what it says?
Yeah.
The name of the book is A Century at the Organ. Memoirs of the Organist of the Royal Lilithite Symphonia Orgasmica by Sophia Witchfinger, Chapter 1. As you guys are like looking through the stuff, Thea's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Like, holy shit, what the hell what are these words? And like, what? And like, you're seeing it too. You're like, what the fuck is this? You guys hear, hey, hey. And Gilthaniel is running up the hill towards you.
Oh.
And his dog, or,
Ah!
Bonejaw is running up. And he's like,
Bonejaw.
are you okay? And like, Bonejaw starts growling immediately. He just like puts his hand out and like kind of whines and sits and like looks away from Thea. And looks at you.
I don't like this dog's attitude.
He just kind of looks at you and then looks at him. And he's like, hey. He's like, what's going on? Are you okay?
Oh my god. Do you see the man on the ground?
What?
He attacked us. He came out of the house. He set it on fire. He just came out of here and started swinging.
This man. And he looks down at the gory scene.
He attacked my charge.
And he looks at Astris and the dagger, the bloody dagger, and she's not covered in blood, but that guy is completely turned inside out.
Nice.
And he's like, I see. And he looks over like, I'm so glad that you're okay. And he starts to like walk over to you, Thea, and he's like, I worried about the worst. And he starts to smile, and then he kind of like his eye catches something, and then he kind of like, and then kind of walks away. Do you want to roll an insight check?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Wait, both?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, you could. Yeah, roll an insight check.
An insight's okay. So that's just a flat. All right. 15.
15. Yeah, he was coming up to it looked like he was really happy to see you. And then he like caught sight of that crown of flowers on your horn. And like his face kind of just like dropped. And like he backed away, and he's like, well, good. I'm just glad, I'm glad you two are fine. What's these people are robbing the old Burke estate? Is that what you're saying? And,
seemingly they had this bag, and I'm holding the book like it's mine.
Yeah.
It's not in the bag. I'm just like, they had this bag. It looks like they were stealing jewels and gold.
Yeah.
Things,
he
money.
takes it and like looks at it, and he's like, okay. He's like, well, clearly you're not working. You're not the town guard.
Right, I'm on.
She's on special assignment.
Okay, well, why don't you guys get out of here, and I'll go let the fire brigade know and the town guard to get out here, and they'll come find you tomorrow.
We have a fire brigade. I just assumed we didn't. No, of course it's incompetence.
And so yeah, he, you guys wander off. You still got the book in your hand.
All right.
And
I'm gonna tell him before he goes. We're going to the chalice. You should swing by later. Fucking. Whew. Gil,
yeah.
I don't know what I did to piss your wolf off, but that thing hates me.
Yeah, he's like pulling it back. So you guys should get out of here.
Like, come on, Thea, let's go. Like,
so yeah, you guys are arm in arm, huddled close, walking away from this problem, which is kind of nice because you're feeling like, see, we don't have to deal with this. Like,
I didn't want to deal with this in the first place.
Yeah.
You're still feeling it. Now it's just hilarious.
Well,
now it's just like, that was so crazy that like,
what the fuck is this thing?
I'm coming down from the adrenaline of getting it, like killing someone, getting attacked, and all that too. So that's like an additional high.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's all giddy because of the pink. You're on that pink.
That pink.
Which kind of extends that kind of delirious, like, this is great. All right. And I think we're going to end it there.
Amazing.
Sick.
All right.
Hail and well met, my friends. Thank you for listening to the end. We really appreciate it. If you could take a moment to subscribe and rate us on your podcast app of choice, that would mean the world to us. The next episode's already out, so honestly, you can shut me up right now and skip to the next episode. Did they all leave? Cool. I have a secret message for you. Your butt looks great today.